Hello friends, Paul Arakelyan, Legacy Partners Insurance and Financial Services Incorporated. This is becoming a trend which I really love, that every time I have an interesting story to share with you guys, I go ahead and do it right away as soon as I have something interesting with a client happening at the office. I love to share that with you because I think that will make a big difference in other people's futures when it creates that aha moment for them. So this one especially was very, very special because it has to do with our children. So as you can see the title on the video, it says children with money as adults, when they're grown up. So today I just had a young man come with his mom to the office. And this kid I wrote a policy to back in 2002. So this was about 16 years ago. And I had given them a 10 payment whole life policy. So it was only to be paid for 10 years. And after 10 years, no more payments. So they've stopped paying for this thing years ago, like 6 years ago. And today they came because they had seen one of my videos. And in one of my videos, I had talked about children using that money for education purposes and other purposes, and I had mentioned that they could use that money for other purposes too. This is not like a 529 plan where it's only to be used for qualified higher education. This could be used for any purpose. It's coming from their life insurance policy itself. So it was a very exciting moment when they came in and they said, my son is now going to be buying a condo. So the kid has a job and is making some money, enough to qualify for a loan. And with a 5%, I believe, down payment, that child's buying a first home. So he's becoming a capitalist officially. So he's becoming he's buying his first real property. And so they wanted to know how much cash value they have inside their policy. They haven't touched the cash value at all, okay? And I told them that they have 34,000 some odd dollars inside that policy, and the kid's eyes just popped out. Said, I have 34,000 some dollars in my policy. I said, yeah, you absolutely have $34,000 in your contract. And so the mother asked me, said, so can we take that money out? I said, well, that was the purpose, is why you guys bought this policy to begin with, is so you can accumulate some money for that child. So he's not a child anymore. He's a big boy, and he's an adult. And now he's going to be doing his first investment, which is the right thing, because I encourage every child, instead of going and buying cars, leasing cars and trying to show off and this and that, I encourage every child to buy their first home, because you know what? That will make you guys wealthy. By you having a good job and making big money and paying big lease payments, that will make you look rich, but it will never make you wealthy, guys. So that's just a side note, because I'm raising two kids. They're not kids anymore, 22 and 17 and a half, but I've had that same experience with my daughter, where she used that money to buy her first investment property in Palm Springs. So, it was a great moment to see that child just get really happy, that young man get really happy and really excited and say, you know what, so I can use that money, I can put that as my down payment for my condo. I said, you absolutely can. And so we made a request for the insurance company to send them $30,000. And one important thing is that, he did not have that in his bank account. So the loan officer is asking for a verification of deposit, where the funds are coming from. Guess what? We printed it off the website, the company's website. And it's an official document saying that that's what the person's policy holds as a value. And so that's a real value. Same thing as if he had that in his bank account. So he talked to his loan officer from here, and the loan officer said, yeah, that's fine. That will be your verification of deposit of where the funds are coming from. And he's going to get a legit check from a large insurance company going to him. He's going to show that where his deposit, his initial down payment or deposit is coming from. So he is set. This kid is buying his first condo. Okay, he's not even 20 years yet. I think he's like 19 or something like that. So It's the most amazing thing to see what I've done many years ago to serve its purpose today for a young man to buy his first piece of real property and to make his first investment. And I know that this kid at this age is devoted to getting into real estate and buying properties and whatever. One of these days, I'll be very proud to say that, look, that guy that owns all these properties, he's doing very well. He's worth, $20 million or whatever. As a kid, he was my client. I wrote him a policy because his parents were very smart people. They decided that they want to contribute on a monthly basis in a 10-payment whole life policy. There was, in the last 16 years that they were in that policy, there was no stock market ups and downs. Nothing affected his policy. Nothing affected his cash values, and the kid's got real cash value in his policy. He's earned dividends, a lot of money from his dividends and everything, and he's now taking that money out to buy his first real estate property. It was just an exciting moment, and I thought I would share that with you. And want to say that if you have kids, guys, instead of buying them toys, which they will forget what kind of toys they had. I'm not saying don't buy toys at all, but for some of the toys that you spend money on, think about putting that aside for the child's future, for their education, for their first investment properties or whatever. Because it's hard nowadays to think what kind of career your kid's going to have, what kind of jobs they're going to hold and whatever. Because there's a lot of families that, that they send the kids to school, they come out, they don't know what kind of job to get. When we post for jobs at our office for Legacy Partners, we get people coming in here with a bachelor's degree and sometimes even a master's degree, and they're okay with working at $20 an hour or $18 an hour, and it's not even their profession. They're overqualified most of the time. So it's hard to have jobs and careers these days. But it's really nice that somebody can think about going into real estate investments and start making their move. So if they have that money, it doesn't always have to be geared. I encourage every child to go to school and get education. But it's also sometimes where they need that money to invest in a property, to invest in some sort of a business and make something out of themselves. Okay? So this was a great experience for me to see a child. I mean, I've seen many times where our clients have come in and they have taken out money from their life insurance policies. I've had $85,000, $170,000 taken out of their life insurance policy. I've helped them get that money out of the policy. They got the checks and everything. But I have not had, this is my first case, other than my own daughter's, which she used the money from her policy to buy her property in Palm Springs. But a client, my daughter is now my client, but a client coming in and saying that we want to use that to buy the kid's first house, it was just an amazing event. So if you have children, please start doing something like this, okay? We still have those 10-payment life policies. They've changed pricing and everything on them. And I don't know how long these insurance companies will hold on to these policies, the 10-payment whole lives, because they're not that profitable for the insurance company. They're more profitable for you. So if you have a child or children, please think about that. Go to our website, myagentla.com, set up an appointment, call us, set up an appointment, come by and inquire about your child's future, how to start accumulating some money, because time flies, guys. Before you know it, those kids will be taller than you, and they'll be big kids, and they'll need money for doing certain things, even buying a simple thing as just buying a car so they can get around, go to college, get a job, or whatever it is. So money accumulated is always a great thing. So start them early. Teach them that saving money is a good thing, so your kids will in the future start saving money on themselves too, on their own too, and they won't be wasting their money, work all their lives just to pay bills and end up nowhere. Okay? So this is the FYI for today. It has to do with the child now grown up and has money and buying a home. So please inquire about your children, of how we can help them get into a 10-payment plan, and they will have guaranteed cash value. No stock market fluctuations. The dividends, once they're paid, they're guaranteed never ever to decrease. So it's an amazing product. So inquire about that so your children will have that. I am fortunate enough to say that I have at least a couple thousand children as my clients through my Armenian television programs for the last 17-18 years. I've been able to do that. So it's a great feeling. There's so many young Armenian kids that have these policies, that have cash value inside those policies. It's amazing. If they all unite all their money, and they want to buy a big corporation, they can, because they have so much money in those policies combined. Thank you very, very much. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Inquire about your children to get something like this. Thanks.